just the information of being an Aquarius rising. Aquarius is the energy of looking out for others, either observing them, which is something you do really well. And that's also a Scorpio trait, is like observing and not saying
Yeah.
anything unless they're asked, but like they're the great observers and the great psychologists. There's lots of other placements that can make great psychologists, but those two I think about a lot, especially in like the research aspect. Anyway, going back to Aquarius rising, your whole self and life is about observing the collective. And that could be like patterns of the collective. Like you're probably someone who's going to see like, well, this happened 30 years ago. And also in the same way, and also in the same place. And like the people are different, but they're saying the same things. Like that's
Yeah.
the kind of stuff that you can do that other people can't do because of your rising sign. So pairing that, like, where can I put my effort to where it actually matters? And that sense where like you can see what's happening. Yeah.
Mhm.
I can see how that's really difficult when your work is so solo and it takes so much time and it takes so much effort. And then when you're trying to tell a story, you can't be telling a story about something that happened yesterday because you're not going to be able to turn it out tomorrow and then people are going to
Yeah.
know the context. You have to tell a story that's like maybe more allegorical. I don't know if you subscribe to that, but something that may be
No, I do.
more
Yeah.
have a greater context so people can respond to it a year or 6 years from now when it's completed, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really helpful to hear. That's really, really helpful to hear.
Yeah, so like you, someone who's aware of context so well, like also has the problem of understanding that your life is so small in the context.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And how do you cope with that? Like I don't know. How do you cope with that?
I don't rot. I bed rot.
Yeah.
I order way too much food on Uber Eats. I get
Yeah.
sick from that food and I sleep. I mean, that's like the worst, but the best being like, I try to talk to as many people as I know about events and politics and perception and, you know, I feel like I'm good at communicating with people in a way that hopefully doesn't get them defensive. I think that's the one asset that I feel good about is
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, this you do have emphasis as well in Libra. Your sun is in Libra, and your house of pleasure is Gemini energy, and that is ruled by Mercury. That's in your house of effort. So there's you do have great skill in communication and connecting with other people, even though you may feel like you're like 500 feet away observing much of the time.
Yeah.
While you were talking, I was curious about how do I want to phrase this? Okay, so being a Saturn ruled person, Aquarius rising is ruled by Saturn. There's just like a general heaviness. Saturn is the leaden planet, and when there's an emphasis in Saturn in someone's chart, there's just like the homeostasis includes feeling heavy or down, or like if we're using psychological words like depression is one of those words, or constriction. For that, I also am Saturn ruled, as you know, but the audience may not. But I'm a Capricorn rising. So
Mhm.
what's really important when we're in these moments of like, we can see the context and it's fucking atrocious. And I'm feeling despair. Like the access point to like actually taking action is finding lightness. But people who are Saturn ruled are not satisfied with like bubbling, we're not satisfied easily with finding lightness unless there's, well, okay, I'm trying to get us to the third house. The
Mm.
third house is the house of the ritual, or the house of the access point to our cognition or our inner mind, like, or how we're perceiving things. And what every Aquarius rising has is an Aries third house. And I'm wondering if this resonates for you. This is one of my hypotheses that I'm trying to test. Aries energy is very active. Lots of, they're just like the molecules are moving really fast and they're very small and they're going like this. But it's not frenetic, like maybe being just in the mind would feel. It's using the body and there's just a lot of energy to be used.
Mm.
So I wonder if that makes sense for you on a way to get out of the heaviness. Is like running could be, well, running may not be an Aries energy, but like boxing is Aries energy.
Tell you a secret, and I guess anybody who's watching this. So in 2020, when the parks were like, pretty, absent, I used to like run on just like a regular, like wooded pathway that you probably just like joyfully walk casually. I would just like run like a crazy person in the woods, like jumping over logs and stuff,
Cool.
like a feral kid, and that helped a lot.
Okay.
Just being like a feral kid in the woods.